welcome to another one of my videos. I am the one fig man on message boards such as ourfigs.com. I came to do a video today with you on a new toy that I got, which is a refractometer. This refractometer will allow me to test the sugar content of solutions. Basically, 1 degree of a Brix scale is considered to have 1 gram of dissolved sucrose in 100 grams of the solution. I don't know how well it'll do, but I figured I'll give it a shot. I was going to take a little bit of the Sao Miguel Roxo that I found on my tree. I was looking at it and it just kind of fell off. So I want to test that one, and I've been doing a lot of thinking on how to do a taste testing. I kind of want to benchmark it to what Ben's doing out in Seattle to kind of give you a contrast of the different environments. Although environments are only one factor in how figs will develop. Of course, fertilizing, if you've seen my fertilizing video, that will also impact the way the figs develop. But of course, temperatures is a very big one. So there are some similarities between some of my tasting, rather my scales. I really haven't decided definitively what to use as a scale. So Ben offered his 1 through 10 scale based off the weight of the fig in grams. I think that's a great idea. There are some other things that I think are subjective, like the number of figs on a branch for productivity, or how prolific the tree is. But I think it's a great start. I'm not sure if that is the definitive solution. I think that it gets a lot more complicated than that. Do the figs stay on? Do the figs split? Do the figs ripen? And Ben might have a lot of this already taken into account. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I don't know if I'm going to really put numbers on everything yet, because I want to do a few different types of fig ratings for myself to kind of benchmark my scale. But I figured let's give this a shot and play with the refractometer and see if I can get this Brix test to work. Definitely Google Brix and refractometers and sugar sweetness tasting, sweetness testing, and we'll learn together. Thank you very much. So let's go move over to the figs. Okay guys, so this is my Sao Miguel Roxo. This one again just fell right off the tree when I was looking at it. A lot of them are still green, so it's not ripening all at the same time. But it's kind of like a brownish purple color fig on the outside. But I'm curious to see how it is and test our refractometer and the Brix test for sweetness. So, and I brought over a leaf. This is our Sao Miguel Roxo leaf. And I'll tell you a little bit about the tree that I have that I picked it from, so we can kind of put that into perspective. Okay. So the tree that I have, I had purchased it from Will's back in May of 2017. So it makes it about 2 years old. So I was looking at the tree overall, and I noticed there were about 28 figs on the tree, and there was roughly 10 branches. So I think that kind of puts the scale for Ben. I think he does number of branches, number of figs divided by number of branches. So that kind of puts it around a 3 for productivity. I'm not sure if that's such a fair scale, because the tree is a little bit small in the way I was pruning it. Some of the branches are smaller, and I was including them. So there's some subjectivity there. But let's go ahead and cut this guy open. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at the inside here. Let's zoom in a little bit better on that. Not a lot of puddling of honey, but it is definitely some wetness around there. I would have liked to have been able to drip out the honey itself and use that in the refractometer. But let's get the refractometer going. Okay, so we got that as a picture. Okay, so we can use that. And let's just hold that up for you guys. All right, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to weigh it. So let's weigh it real fast. So here's our scale. and that's just zeroing out, and it is in ounces and pounds, so let's move that to grams. So it's zeroed out in grams and came out to be 22 grams. So that's a pretty light number. Rather, it's showing 24 grams. Let's see if I could zoom in a little bit on that, and so you guys can see that a little better. Okay. It's fluctuating between 24 and 22. Maybe it's the breeze blowing against it as I'm outdoors. Okay, so 22 grams is the final number. Okay, now according to Ben's scale, that would be a 2 as a rating. I don't know if, you know, the previous Sao Miguel Roxos that I've tried were fantastic. So I don't know if that's such a great number. And I know overall that the taste could offset some of this numbering. But it's something that I'm learning here. So I took I'm taking a 1/4 teaspoon as a measure. And I'm just going to scoop out about a 1/4 of the inside. Just directly from the center of the fig. So it's got some of the honey in there, and I think if I'm consistent, we should be all right. You could also see that some of the skin was grabbed with it too. Perhaps I shouldn't have had so much. I don't know if that's that much skin. Oh, yeah, there's some skin there. So dump that back in there, and take a scoop of the other one. This is a great time for me to try this. So, that honey, and you can see the skin, how paper thin this skin is. But I'm sorry for the smacking, guys. Oh, that was so good. All right, now I feel bad that I'm going to. And that skin has a little bit of an after zing to it there. But I'm going to take this side now and try this one again. Okay. Try to get about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of my fig, and the rest of it I'm just going to eat. And I got most of the inside, almost none of the white part of it, the skin. But I'm going to eat this part. I don't like eating the stem, so I'm just going to pull that stem off. And oh, so good. All right, so now take this and dump it in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dilute it. So here's my water, and I'm going to take, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I took 3 of these, and the one of these of the fruit, and I'm just going to kind of just try to mush it together and just try to dilute it, and that will kind of give me a ratio. So perhaps my math might be wrong here, but basically 25%. So if I multiply my my number by 4, I should have the correct number of the Brix test. So we'll see. Stir this up. Okay. All right. Sao Miguel Roxo Brix. Okay. So then what I'm supposed to do is take this, lift that up, and use this. No air bubbles on this screen, and I'm supposed to just put some here. And there are solids in there, so it'll give an approximation. I didn't like that big solid, so I'm going to try to get that big solid out. Okay. Another big solid. All right, well. Okay. What we do is we hold this up to the light and we read it. And the Brix number on this is coming out to be a 4. The specific density of this, the specific gravity, I'm sorry, is reading 1.015. So I'll go back to the boards and check my math. So really, it's diluted by a third, 3 times the amount. So 25% of the solution is this. So if 25% of the solution was the sugar content, then I suspect that we just multiply by 4. That'll make it 100%. So let's go ahead and, so basically what I'm doing is just looking through this eyepiece, look up, and it is, yeah, 4 solid. Okay, so multiply by 4, and that gives us a 16 on the Brix test. So basically 16 grams of sugar per 100 gram of fig. And if my fig weighed roughly 22 grams, so what we could do is 20 divided by 100 is 1/5. So if I got 16 grams, then roughly 1/5, let's call it 15 grams. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So roughly 3 grams of sugar in that whole fig is my rough calculations there. So all right. So this was my testing. I hope you guys enjoyed my first Sao Miguel Roxo tasting. I'm just going to write down some numbers, but thank you very much for joining.